Uh, in this video, I want to talk about a certain finding that I have come across. Uh, Now, there can be various reasons why a person develops unhealthy, unproductive thinking patterns or unproductive thought process. Uh, Let me explain this to you in a bit more detail. Means whenever a particular person will come across a certain situation in their life, they automatically will initiate or start off a particular thought process which is unhealthy. Means they will come up with a lot of negative, unhealthy, unhelpful interpretations of the events that are occurring surrounding them, right? Now, yeah, so that's where I began in this video with the with a thought that I, according to my finding, I have understood a particular reason that why such particular people they develop this, a weird and a very unusual thought process and thinking patterns in their mind. How it develops, all right. Now, before that, let me tell you what enculturation is. Enculturation, starting with an E. So, enculturation of a person is basically a process through which a person inculcates a particular set of beliefs, values, thoughts, ideas, notions, even knowledge to a certain extent about themselves and also about the outside world. And enculturation, this process, it starts at an early age. That is when a person is growing up. So this is what enculturation is. So what are the factors that contributes to this enculturation? So that a person inculturates certain set of beliefs, lifestyle, principles, values, ideas, notions about themselves, about the world from their immediate family members, their relatives, their family friend circle, their neighborhood, their school friends, their school teachers, their society clubs, right? So all these are the factors that basically contributes to a person's enculturation process. That is when a person is growing up. Till there means at least till the age they are turning 21, according to me. So this is what contributes to the enculturation process. Now, as I just said and as I just mentioned, that it is because of this enculturation a person learns to develop a certain kind of a thinking and thought process in their mind. This is how it gets developed. Now, this thinking and this thought process can either be negative or it can be positive. It can never be neutral. If I want to use the word neutral, means it's sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Or another option is most of the times negative. Or another option is most of the time it is positive, right? So either three of these things will happen. That is either three of this thing, a person's thought process will function, right? And it is because of this enculturation process. So if a person's enculturation is extremely strong, it means when a person is being brought up, they are imbibed with very strong set of values, strong set of beliefs, strong set of principles, strong set of thought processes because of all the contributing factors. And when all the factors that are going into the person's mind are strong, obviously the person will have a strong enculturation. Now what happens is, when this enculturation goes, it becomes negative, means whatever the person inherits, whatever the person inculcates, knowledge, information, thought processes, ideas, notions, principles, values, etc., 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 are mostly unhelpful, are mostly negative, are mostly unproductive, are mostly narrow minded, fixed minded, are mostly very, very orthodox and impractical. In a way, putting it, it's impractical. So the person will develop with this mindset, and this is where certain people, they have difficult time when they grow, when they are grown up, even when they are small also, because their mind is always working from a negative cycle. Their mind is always interpreting things in a very negative and in a very, very impractical and irrational way. Why? Because of this enculturation process. All right, this is the negative side, or the side to worry about in the enculturation. Now, so what does that mean? If a person grows up with a very a difficult mindset, difficult in the in a very unproductive, unhelpful mindset, if a person grows up with such kind of thought processes, so is it that this person is going to continue living their life with the same set of thought processes? Now, according again to my findings, according to my observation, according to my knowledge, according to my interpretation, a person with a very strong enculturation process will always tend to have and reside by the same set of beliefs, principles, values, that is from which, through which, via which they had grown up. So the person will always, every now and then, will look back in their childhood memories and will always try to understand situations using the beliefs that they had developed from their childhood. This happens because of a strong enculturation. And because of this strong enculturation process, a person will find it a bit difficult and a bit, a bit uneasy to acculturate. Now, what is acculturation? What is acculturate? Acculturation is the same thing as enculturation, but in acculturation, the person imbibes, inculcates, develops the set of beliefs, values, principles, thought processes after they had grown up. That is, after the age of 21. That is till the time they're growing up, and even till the later stages of their life. So it is, they are acculturating things, means it is over and above enculturation. Enculturation basically talks about a person's stage of life where they had been, where they were growing up, right? And acculturation means when the person had grown up, and they are acculturating, means they are accepting, they are thinking, and then they are accepting things from all around the world, from their travel, from their work, from their personal life, from their responsibility, etc., etc. So again, coming back to the point, a person with a strong enculturation process will find difficult to acculturate. That means if the enculturation is unhelpful, unproductive, these persons will always, not always, will frequently, trigger their mind to unhelpful set of beliefs, unhelpful set of thinking patterns, just because they had been brought up with those thinking patterns and mindsets because of their enculturation process. So just because it is difficult for a person to acculturate because of the strong enculturation, it doesn't mean that the person cannot acculturate. this is where the proper intervention should happen. This is where even if the person doesn't self-realize that their certain thinking and thought process, or not even certain, their most thinking and thought processes are unhelpful, if they don't self-realize it, then there should be some outside intervention that should be stepping in and making the person realize where their mindset is going wrong. And this is the point where the needle turns from negative to positive set of beliefs, positive set of thinking patterns. When the person realizes, understands, accepts that yes, because of their old beliefs, old thinking patterns, old values which were unproductive, irrational, unhelpful, unhealthy, and because of those they are suffering in their current grown up life. When a person will accept and realize this, that is when a person will acculturate things, ideas, values, beliefs, thought processes which are positive, productive, helpful, healthy, open minded, right? This is when a person evolves and develops into a better person. So this is what I wanted to discuss in this video. A reason why certain people, they have a very difficult time, because whatever way, in whichever way they interpret events in their life, it is mostly unhelpful and unhealthy. And it's also seen that a person with a weak enculturation are more flexible to acculturate new things. All right. So this is what I wanted to make you understand. And the very crucial thing, again, I am saying it, is nevertheless, in whatever it is always possible for each and every person to acculturate, to learn things, thought processes, mindset working, the working of the mindset, beliefs, values, principles, ideas, knowledge, notions, etc., which are helpful, okay, which are healthy, which are obviously productive at any stage of their life. All right. And also, it is not at all the case that a person will always lead and live their life with a particular and fixed mindset that they had developed in their childhood. No, it can be difficult for the person to convert their negative into positive, but it is definitely possible with a very selfless, a very true, actual, and a real self-realization where the perception is very close to the reality, or with a very proper, helpful, and a real and good intervention. Might be through counseling, might be through friends, even might be through family members at the later stages of their life or any stage of their life, right? So thank you. Have a nice day.